Welcome to episode 126
of
the Two Tunes podcast.
Nice.
So you posted a meme the other day.
Oh,
It was probably just yesterday.
what? Me posting memes?
Yeah, you're. By the way,
Doesn't seem like a thing I would do.
our friend now, our beer friend. What's her name?
Brandolin?
Brandolin. I knew
Their name.
Their name.
They, them.
Okay. They're a meme account.
Sort of.
I asked them about it.
Yeah.
I'm like, is this a meme account? It's like it's a whatever I want account. I'm like, okay,
Yeah.
fair enough. But you had Guardians of the Galaxy, but it was Mario. Last night I saw the Mario movie.
Yeah. Oh, I haven't seen it yet.
You should go see it. It's really good.
I hear mixed things, but
Now,
I do want to see it. Yes,
I
I
have
do
two
want to
gripes
see
with it. One,
Okay.
all the needle drops. You don't need to put them in there.
Okay.
And what's Mario's catchphrase?
It's a me, Mario, that thing?
Okay, awesome. You did not say what was said the most in that movie. The most was Mamma Mia. And I'm like, you don't have to say that,
Yeah.
ever.
Well, there's two, I don't know, problems is maybe not the right word. The video game Mario,
Yep.
even like it's a me, Mario,
Yeah.
it's stereotypical.
Oh, totally. They kind of pointed out.
Italian, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like,
they pointed out in the film.
whatever. There was speculation about before we got any audio of Chris Pratt doing
Yeah.
it when it was Chris Pratt. People were wondering like, is there gonna be some moment where he's like, it's a me, I'm Mario or whatever, and then it's like, sorry, yeah, it's me, Mario. Like, was there gonna be like some? So is there like a joke like that where like
So
more about I guess the highness of his voice, I guess, is maybe what I'm asking.
the highness of his voice, no.
Okay.
So first off, there's a bunch of stuff that if you grew up playing those games, it's really satisfying to watch and be like, oh, like this happened, or like, ooh, this is what's gonna happen. Like you kind of know what's happening,
Yeah.
and then you know what the music's gonna be as well,
Like the Mario theme music, like song music,
like
or no?
level music.
Oh yeah, that's what I mean. Yeah,
just
Okay.
there's so much in there, and it's orchestrated versions. It's not like, oh well, it's just like the 2D version, or the 8-bit version.
yeah.
But at the very beginning, so they have the 8-bit stuff at the very beginning, and then they have the Mario rap,
Yeah.
like from the cartoon,
Yeah.
with Lou Albano.
Yep.
So it had that in it,
Okay.
and that was like the theme for a commercial from the Super Mario Brothers, who are plumbers from Brooklyn.
Yeah.
And-
They released that.
Yeah,
Like that's been out.
and
but, okay.
and that's when they have like their voice in there, and then like immediately afterwards they're like, should we have done the accents?
oh, okay.
Like it kind of sounds dumb. It's like, nah, it's fine. It's like, and then there's a guy who's like, oh, it was a gate. It's a gate.
That's funny. But it's good overall. You liked it?
Yeah, I dug it. Not enough Luigi.
I think I've heard that. Saving it for Luigi's Mansion, the movie or whatever.
They should. I mean, he's pretty much there, like at the very beginning.
Okay.
And like there's a ton of like, oh, that makes sense, like, oh, that's from that video game, and that's
Okay.
from that. There's this,
I have not kept up with Mario, by the way.
I haven't
Past probably Mario 64.
but like Mario
that's-
Kart, I got up to like Mario whatever, the 7th one maybe.
Sure.
And I just got back into Switch, but it's Zelda. But I think like you could make a Zelda game or a Zelda movie.
I think that's been talked about.
I think it could work because of the
if
way that
this
they
is
did
successful enough.
Yeah, but I think it's a really good movie on its own, and so like there's a scene where the brothers are trying to get to like a person's house because like they got a job.
Okay.
This is like in the real world. And it's side scroller, and they're doing all these things, and
nice.
it's like side scrolling, and it's like and then like it's all there, and it's
Yeah,
that's like a level of the game, and it looks perfect, and it fits with it. It's not like, oh, it's weird. Like,
Yeah.
why are you doing this? There's nothing that's like weird about it. I mean, it's weird because Bowser just wants Peach as a girl to marry him.
Okay.
Like that's his motivation for doing all the things that he's doing.
Yeah.
But there's this star character.
Is it like the power-up star?
No, like that's it's there.
Okay.
That's there. But like this blue star character, Lumen Lee or something, Lumen Lee, I think is the character's name. And it's just like...
Is it from a game, I assume?
It's from Mario Galaxy.
Oh.
But it lives on like this state. I've never played that game. But so there's one where they're all there's these cages that fall down, and then that is like, ooh yay, and it's like this kid's voice.
Okay.
It's like, ooh yay, more meat for the grinder. And like it's like existential dread, like feeling from that, but like happy. It's like, oh my god, death is coming for us all, isn't? And like all these other characters, like, would you just stop talking?
Yeah.
And it's the best character ever, and it like there's no purpose for that character to be in there. And then at the end, it's like, it's time to go home, guys. And it's just, and then if it was 3D, like it would be coming out, because there are 3D versions of this. It's like coming out, and it's like, or you could just stay here in the void. But like this child's voice, I don't know. It's like the best part of the movie, but it like has nothing, no purpose.
Yeah.
But yeah, like, you know, things, and Donkey Kong's there, and like they're doing races, and you're just like, oh, I played a video game that like I played Mario Kart, and I know what that is. It's like, oh, we're going Rainbow Road, and it's like, fuck Rainbow Road. But
cool.
that
I just need to see it.
Go see Mario, the Super Mario. By the way, the logo of that is just way too much crap.
Oh,
because like it says the Super Mario Brothers movie, but above it it's like Illumination and Nintendo, and in their logos. And it's like there's too much going on in this poster. Yeah. But anyways, it was a good movie. Go see it.
Cool.
I'm gonna sign up for the unlimited pass this summer again.
Oh,
because I did it last year, but like last year, like there wasn't really a lot of films. But like now that like we're kind of post pandemic, we're kind of getting back to it. So going to see movies.
Yeah. Guardians comes out this week as we record.
Yeah.
By the time this episode comes out, we'll have long been
It's
out.
July. I don't know if this...
No, we're not into July.
I think this episode comes out in July. So we talk about two tunes here.
Yeah.
And
you're first.
And I'm first.
I remembered this time.
I found...
Still raining from last week.
Oh my god, it's hell on earth. I found this on TikTok. It's very folk country talk.
Yeah.
Stuff like that. What's after the 16th?
16th of what?
There's 5 Tuesdays.
I don't know, man.
I'm sorry.
You know
trying to figure out
what about.
Okay, so this comes out on the 30th. Are you excited for graduation next week?
May. You thought we were in July?
I know. We're the 30th.
Yes.
Yeah. You excited for the school year to be over?
Yeah.
Are you excited for next year?
Sure.
I'm excited to start your month-long excursion to wherever you're going.
Durham.
To Durham, North Carolina.
Yes.
When do you leave?
I don't know.
You should really get on that. Come on, it's June.
I have tried.
It's almost June.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've had some weird issues with my graduate program.
Yeah.
Not really issues. It's just a weird thing that's happening, and I don't trust it. I'll tell you about it off mic.
Fair enough.
Anyways, we're here. This person is Joel Adam Russell from Texas, born and raised. He cut his teeth in the bars of Deep Elm, starting at the age of 13.
Is it Deep Ellum?
Deep Elm.
That's where Snarky Puppy recorded Empire Central.
There you go. There he would share the stage with Dallas area natives such as Marin Morris.
Marin
Morris.
Yep.
Casey Musgraves.
Yep.
Green River Ordnance.
Nope.
And others.
I'm just saying nope because I don't know who that is.
By
They're fine, I'm
19,
sure.
he had traded in the high rise and concrete of Dallas. I don't know why I'm giving this accent. I apologize.
Nope, gotta stay with it now.
For the Steinbeckian Central California farm town.
Wow, Steinbeckian. That's a good one. That's
Central,
good.
Central California town of Visalia, California.
Mm-hmm.
The influence of Bakersfield legends like Merle Haggard and Buck Owens was unmistakable in this new home, and it would begin to color Joel's writing. Following his first release under his own name. Anyways, I don't want to say anything. I think he lives in Nashville now. Since then he moved to Nashville, East Nashville. All the songwriters go to East Nashville.
Yeah,
I bet it's really inexpensive to go there. And if you'd like to contact him, here's his phone number. Anyways, it's country.
okay.
Ish.
Want to do it?
Yep.
You like that delay?
1, 2, 1, 2, 3.
Kind of reminds me of like the
In year
Motel 6.
1990.
Like, we'll leave that on for you.
Sure.
Doesn't seem that long ago when you say it out loud. I was always a little bit too young. Or maybe I was too old. Either way, I was an infant or a dead man, and neither one gets invited to a prom. Born into the suburbs, in this pretty Texas neighborhood, I got kicked out of class a lot. Guess I wasn't all that good. And this one time, a girl, she called me ugly.
I kept wondering as I was listening. I was like, "Is he gonna sing?"
Down.
Not that he needs to, I just was curious.
It's talk. It's
Yeah.
a story song.
Yeah, no, that's why I don't. Nothing wrong.
It's a fun
And then you're here.
thing, this life.
Excuse me.
Am I doing it right?
Reminds me of like
Ooh,
the speaking part is a little more Johnny Cash,
it's
Okay.
a long
and then this is
hard
more
road
I don't know,
to
Dylan,
that
Bob
road
Dylan-esque or
don't go no
Except
more.
better vocals.
Gotta
yeah.
lay some track, you
Sounds a little. Do you remember Justin Nozuka?
No. That name does
You
not
would
ring
know
any
the
bells.
one. Oh God, what was
My
that song
lullabies
called?
were hymns.
His vocals sound just a little bit
And
like that, just a little
talk
bit.
radio.
Yeah, I think-
often got the Psalms and the Constitution confused.
I think this verse was what I heard on TikTok.
Okay.
Love your neighbor is simple enough up until your neighbor is a church. With
it
a sign that reads,
grabbed your
members
liberal
only,
heart.
all the violators will be told. That's a true story.
And then also, that's a true story.
Still I stayed inside the lines, except for all the times I did not. And I was good, but I was better than not getting caught. It's a funny thing, this life. Am I doing it right? Who's to say? And it's a long, hard road. To that road don't go no more. Then you gotta lay some track you'll never tread upon. I was handed this world, and someday I'll hand
A
it
lot of
back.
the stuff that I've been listening to,
Yeah.
well, a lot of stuff that I
Between those
listen
hands is
to,
a great mystery.
or anything I listen to, really, I start to
I hope along the way
analyze
some
it
of you
and
will have
listen
accepted
to
me, and others of you ask that you'd forgive me.
the production
And
elements
if
of
ever
it.
we
Yeah.
all meet again
So, like,
elsewhere, that'd
what
sure be
I'm
nice.
taking in here is like whistling is really hard to record because you are blowing straight
Yeah.
out, so you
Yeah.
gotta have to like do it off to the side,
Right.
and also
Doing it right.
you can't whistle and smile.
Who's
So if you find anything funny,
Yeah, because it stretches out your mouth too much.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I rode till that road don't go no more. Then you gotta lay some track you'll never tread upon.
I had a thought about
I
doing
said
like,
it's a
if I was
fun,
like singing a jazz tune or
funny
something,
thing.
instead of like
This
scatting
life.
over it, just a solo, like do a whistle solo.
am I doing it right?
Yeah.
Well, I'll find out along the way.
That's interesting. Have you listened to more of his stuff?
A little bit.
I'm assuming the talking thing is not on every song.
Yeah, it's not on every
Okay.
song, but yeah.
Yeah, it's interesting. It's good. He's a good sort of storyteller through that. Has some like a little bit of wordplay at different things, like that one about stayed within lines except when I did not.
Yeah.
And I was good, but I was better not being caught. Like I like that line. That's clever. Yeah. It's cool.
It's just
It's a cool find. It's an interesting find. Something different.
Thank you, TikTok.
Hey. Is that it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh yeah, I want to also mention like just the recording, because it's just vocals and guitar.
Yeah.
Like that's it,
Yeah.
and it still sounds really really good.
Uh-huh. And the guitar is just the same thing over and over again.
Yes,
Yeah.
because that's what folk
Mhm.
country is, which is the country that I like. I don't like
Bro country.
bro country pop,
Mhm.
because then yet again, like you're falling into that genre, and it's like everything kind of sounds the same. But like in this, everything kind of sounds the same, but it's not like polished.
Mhm.
I don't know. Now I'm just like thinking of the Barbie or the ad. By the way, have you seen the preview for that?
The actual trailer?
Yeah,
or
the
like,
actual trailer for Barbie.
I think so, but I don't really remember.
I have no idea what it's about. By the
a
way,
lot about it. I don't either. I think there's like real world stuff.
I think they're like she's trying to escape Barbie Land
Okay.
and go to. Yeah,
Okay. Is it the companion piece to Mario?
it is. No. Oh my. Okay, sorry.
Nice.
I guess we're done with that. So we're on to the middle BS.
Okay.
So I went to see with my daughter
Mhm.
the Mario movie, and then every time that we see previews, I'm like, I look over, it's like, you want to go see that movie? You want to go see like what do you want?
Yeah.
Judging her reaction to like certain things.
Mhm.
Nothing like the Barbie movies. She had no. It's like I don't know what that is.
She's not into Barbies.
No. But we saw Blue Beetle,
Uh-huh.
the trailer for that.
Oh, cool.
And then she's like, I want to go see that. I'm like, why? Like,
Because it's flashy and
and then I'm like, is successful DC kids who get superpowers? Because Shazam did pretty well.
Shazam did not do.
I mean, it got a
Great.
sequel.
Yeah, but I don't know.
I'm not saying I don't think anything DC. As far as a universe, it doesn't really exist.
Yeah. Well, I think, like him or love him, like with James Gunn and what's the other guy who's at the helm now?
I don't know.
Peter Safran, I think is his name.
Okay.
Those are they're the ones that are going to be running the DC thing now.
Mhm.
I think just having a cohesive vision
Yeah.
is gonna inherently make it better. Even if you don't love the movies as much, like because I know some people really love the Snyderverse and whatever, but like
Yeah, but like that was what he had a vision.
yeah, except he had a vision for the movies that he made, but then they were also making other movies,
Okay.
and those weren't like it's either you let Zack Snyder run it
yeah.
and he makes his own and then has his hands on
Yeah.
Aquaman and Shazam and whatever. But that's not what they did.
Okay.
They just were like, yeah, Zack Snyder, you have your vision. And then it's like everybody else had to be like, okay, this is, I guess, part of this too and whatever.
It's been 20 years since the Marvel universe started.
No, 2008.
Okay.
15 years. Close, but 15 years.
Okay. Why is it taking Warner Brothers, DC
Yeah.
movies to get the idea to do that? It's not like intellectual property where like, oh, we can't steal that, where everybody works together and it's just one thing.
Yeah. Well, their problem, the DC problem is that like they got caught off guard by the Marvel thing, I think. And then they tried to play catch up
No, yeah.
as opposed to just doing their own thing. Like their second movie technically, because the first movie would be what, Man of Steel.
Yeah.
And then their second movie was essentially a team up movie already. Right? Because the second movie was Batman v Superman: Dawn of Justice,
Yeah.
which also had, like, first of all, you didn't really establish this Batman, and now all of a sudden he's fighting
Yeah.
Superman, and Wonder Woman's there. Like, it just was a lot.
Mhm.
And they fight Doomsday. Like, it just was so much. And then they shoehorn the is it Deathstroke? They shoehorn that cameo in the post-credit scene or whatever. It just was like, oh shit, we got to catch up. Oh my god, we got to blah blah blah. Like, whatever. They went too fast, too quick, I think.
Makes sense.
So anyway, like I said, I don't know if the new stuff will be better, but I think having a cohesive vision will be good. Also, I don't know if any of their stuff, if they're going to try to make it same. I guess it is going to be in the same universe, because they talked about having Elseworlds stuff, like
Yeah.
Joker and the Batman are Elseworlds,
Oh.
which is what they do in the comics when it's like, this doesn't belong to the main continuity, so we're going to call it this. So,
Cool. Hey, it's your turn.
hey, it's my turn. Are you familiar with Mac Miller?
Yeah.
Like, you listen to him, or you just like?
I just know of him.
Yeah, that's kind of where I'm at.
We
too.
recorded. So I'm looking at the attempts, the Crying Panther, which was what my recording and sound 2 class recorded
Uh-huh.
in 2019.
Mhm.
And I believe that they did a Mac Miller song.
Okay.
I think I could be completely wrong.
Yeah. So Mac Miller, unfortunately now deceased.
Yes.
Passed away in 2020. Was it 2020? No, it was 2018. Sorry. This album is from 2020. He passed away in 2018. Not long after he had released his album called Swimming.
Mm-hmm.
And Swimming and this album Circles were meant to sort of be like companion pieces to one another.
Mm-hmm.
So I guess he was like working on them sort of at the same time. But Circles didn't come out until 2020 after he had passed. But he's from Pittsburgh originally. He got kind of famous like as a teenager. He was kind of doing some rap stuff, and I was reading some things that he was kind of listed as like frat rap for a bit.
Okay.
Because I mean, you're young and whatever, and then he kind of like, I mean, he was young when he passed away, but he matured a lot, and like Swimming and then Circles were sort of like his, I don't know, like he grew out of the frat rap thing. People are like, okay, this guy's like legit. He's arrived. Like this is his, you know, he's matured, whatever you want to say and stuff. And then unfortunately, then he passes away from some drug use and stuff. So. But yeah, he's got an interesting sound, kind of a different sound, like to his voice and stuff, but just like really comes up with some good stuff. Works with good producers and different things. This tune is a little bit of a callback to last week
Yeah, it is.
because it features
No, I'm gonna make you do it.
the Four Freshmen.
Yeah.
So the Four Freshmen from 1955 had a tune called "It's a Blue World." And that is what is sampled here at the beginning of this tune, and then it goes away real quick.
Did you choose this because you chose last week's?
Yes,
Okay.
Yes, yeah. My kids, when we knew that the Four Freshmen were coming in, they're like, "Oh my god, can they do Blue World?" Because that's how the kids know them.
Yeah.
For the most part, other than me playing them or me talking about them, they know them from that. So. It was really funny. My 4th period class, which is my jazz orchestra, my top group, they were the ones especially that had been asking, can they do it? And I had said to the guys, I don't know if you guys do Blue World or not, but I'm certain the kids are going to request it. And they're like, oh yeah, we can totally like have that ready to go. And then we get all the way through 4th period. Like the bell is about to ring. And none of them had asked. They did a Q&A session with them and everything. And I thought for certain one of the kids would be like, can you do Blue World? Or like, do you guys do Blue? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Never brought it up. So the bell rings, kids are like leaving for class, and some of the kids are still kind of like talking to them, like in between, like ones that don't have to rush off to the next class because like, oh, it's down the hall or I'm going to lunch or whatever. And one of them says about Blue World. And I was like, yeah, guys, I was waiting for like 45 minutes for you guys. They're like, well, we didn't want to. I'm like, they literally, like, not that they said, hey, we're taking requests, but
Yeah.
you could have even asked about it, like, or whatever. So anyway, they did an impromptu kind of version, like in between periods, which was cool. And then in 6th period, they did it again because again, somebody asked for it. But yeah, it was a big hit for the group, like back in the day. And then Bob, who I mentioned last week, who's been in the group for 30 years, he was saying he didn't really know how this came about with Mac Miller. But then Jake, the one guy, he was like, oh yeah, there's this producer Disclosure, or this group Disclosure, I guess, which is like a duo, and they produce and do different stuff. They have sampled the Four Freshmen a lot. And there's like videos of them on YouTube, like going and digging for like Freshman records and different stuff. So Disclosure is sort of the ones who maybe like turned Mac onto the Four Freshmen and their sound, and like using it in different stuff. But that's where it came from. So anyway, here's a little bit of the original from my phone.
It's a blue world.
A little bit of the brush snare on there.
Yeah.
Then the bass comes in.
It's a blue world.
Anyway, people are going to hear that, more of that. Not that ooh intro, but they're going to hear some more of this stuff from Malcolm James McCormick, otherwise known as Mac Miller. This is from his posthumous release, Circles. This is Blue World.
That was the greatest
Do you like
intro
that?
you've ever
Right?
done.
That's good.
You have a voice for radio.
I got a face for radio. Is this what you want, where it sounds old-timey a little
Yes.
bit? It's really quiet. It is really quiet.
I think it's going to be quiet the whole time.
You should turn it up.
It's all the way up.
Oh.
And now it's like saying,
Yeah.
oh my God.
The difference.
It's a huge difference.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, this mad world that made me crazy. Might just turn around to 180. I ain't politicking, I ain't kissing no babies. The devil on my doorstep being so shady. Don't trip. We don't gotta let him in. Don't trip. Yeah. I let it go, but I never go with it. Yeah, okay, cool as fall weather. Fuck the bullshit, I'm here to make it all better with a little music for you. I don't do enough for you. Without you, it's the color blue. Oh, don't trip. I was in the city, they was talking that shit. Had the homies with me, all of a sudden they split. We ain't even worried, we just laugh.
Like with your song, I almost hate to talk over it. Like with rap songs and stuff, like when
Totally.
you're delivering a story.
And yeah.
One of these days we'll all get by.
I like this vibe switch here.
Don't be afraid, don't fall. Think I lost my mind.
I like the use several times of the like the ooh, like the I don't know what you call it, just like the fall sort of effect. It reminds you of like when your stereo shuts down.
It's a tape
like,
stop.
Okay.
Tape stop.
Me and my bitch, we was listening to us, no one else. That's it. It's a flex, just a bit.
Also the with the vocals is so cool.
Yeah.
It's
a little bit of the chopping effect, like you mentioned last week with
Yep.
Lawrence.
We don't gotta let him in. Don't trip. Yeah. I let it go, but I never go with it.
And now that same thing, just different.
Timbre.
Yeah.
And it's more of the actual vocal chop.
Well, if you could see me now, love me and hold me down my mind. It goes.
This is one of those tunes where I hear something new every time. Like in the production, like little things here and there.
Just turn around to 180. I ain't politicking, I ain't kissing no babies. The devil on my doorstep being so shady. Don't trip. We don't gotta let him in. Don't trip. Yeah. I let it go, but I never go with it.
And then this is the other side of that main sound. So they have this, and then they have the vocal part mixed together. So, or at least that's my assumption.
Yeah.
So the first half, when they cut out, it was just the vocal part, and now it's just the synth part.
Yeah.
I love the
drippy
Yeah.
drippy synth video game like. Yeah, I gotta listen to more of his stuff too.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, there's only so much of it out there now, but I would like to listen to more like this album and then like with Swimming as well and kind of hear how they kind of work together and stuff. So, yeah. What else, dude?
I don't know,
I don't
man.
have any more questions or anything.
No, but
Since
like,
we'll do maybe I don't know if like next, but maybe next we could do that as an episode. Songs that lead into
it'll
other
be-
songs.
Yeah. So it'll be a two-parter, or it'll be a 4 tunes.
Yeah,
Because I kind of
technically.
did that once, where it was Nine Inch Nails, and it was also like the live thing where both these songs flow into each other. But I already have another one. But actually, I'm only going to do 2, but it's 3. In my mind, it's 3 songs. It's this leads into this, leads into that.
Okay. Well, you did it with was it Will J? It was like those 3 songs, but they're really like 3 parts of one song.
Yeah. That's different. That's not like the big. There's no crossover where like you're listening to a song and then it goes into the next song.
Yeah.
There is I forget what I was listening to. It might have been Marvin Gaye. What's Going On? I think at that record. I was listening, and then the second song flows directly into the third song.
Oh, this is also now I'm thinking of another one.
Yeah.
The tune Saturn by Stevie Wonder
Yeah.
off of Songs of the Key of Life goes right into Ebony Eyes.
Yeah.
There's like it's a little different because like Saturn fades out, like the song of it fades out, and it becomes this like audio thing of these like little kids doing like a jump rope game.
Yeah.
And then that goes for like 20 seconds or so, but then that is then the beginning of Ebony Eyes.
Would
also,
you consider that?
it is in a way. It's not the song itself,
Yeah.
but it's the track leading into it, which I'll count
Okay.
because it's sort of the same idea. But that's kind of interesting because because Saturn is the tune that I analyzed for that class, and I use it as an example with my kids when we're doing like form analysis and stuff. I'll show them here's my form map of this tune, and we'll follow along with it. And one of the things I ask them is like before we even talk about it, like what are some things on here that you see, and they're like, what's this squiggly thing, and you have Ebony Eyes or whatever, and it's like because it's just this thing that goes into Ebony Eyes and whatever. But yeah, so I would count that.
Okay.
So, but yeah, next week or in the coming weeks
We'll
we'll
do it.
have.
I already got a song.
I already got mine too.
Which technically I already used them before, and I may have even
That's all
used
right.
this song.
There's been
I forgot
I
it.
think I'm gonna start repeating some people like more on purpose.
No,
'cause
you're not allowed. 100. You got to do at least 500 episodes before you start repeating.
We've literally repeated people already.
I know you have.
Yeah, but yeah. Anyway, so we might. By the way, I've been listening. I mentioned
Doesn't matter. While
at some point last week or this week about this question that was asked about the merging of songs and things. I
Yeah.
guess it was last week. And I mentioned the Dude My Dude. So I've been listening to that EP, but I've also been listening to Abby Holiday's album, EP, whatever you're gonna call it. And God, it's so good. It's so good, dude. You should listen to it. Like I know we heard her one song, but you should listen to that. It's really good. The productions, because one of the questions I think you had asked, hey, this is me remembering a thing from the podcast episode. I think you had asked something to the effect of like, does her stuff, is it like this, like production heavy, but also good songs and whatever? And yes, is the answer. So you should check it out. Is that it?
Yeah, go to the Discord.
Go to the
Follow us
Discord.
on social media. Tell people about this podcast because we're trying to get to 20 downloads
1 million.
No.
This is me doing Dr. Evil. I've got my pinky up to my mouth. 1 billion listeners.
So,
Suck it, Joe Rogan.
podcast goals. If you've made it this far, that means you like podcasts
Hey.
and us. What we're trying to do is become a more
Popular.
popular podcast.
More well-known.
So right now, average episode download 30.
Hey,
Weekly is at 154. We're trying to get that to 1,000.
Jesus, that's such a big goal, dude.
I know it is. It is. But I'm really just trying to get 20 downloads on day one, and yeah, we got pretty close the past couple weeks. Except Samara Jor and
Samara Joy.
yeah, and Frontier Ruckus, friend of the pod. But I do think that it depends on who's on the pod.
Oh, for sure.
It totally does, because that Kesha Radiohead, it's doing really well.
Massive, yeah.
It's doing really well.
Not surprising.
And then also, what's the other one? I don't know. Either way, there's some.
By the way, speaking of Frontier Records, you said friend of the pod. They listened and
Yeah, they
commented
did.
and stuff. So thanks.
And they're coming back or something like that. Or no, it's re-releasing their first record on vinyl or something like that.
Also, you did Orientown 2?
Yeah, and there's
Apparently
a
Orientown 1 and 4 also exist, which is cracking me up.
just not in streaming
Yeah.
services,
So,
which is fine.
Thanks for the groups that listen. Thanks for y'all that listen all the time. So,
And we'll see you next week on Two Tunes Podcast.
Two Tunes Podcast.
You've
Two
been-
Tunes Podcast. Imagine there's like 8
Oh
more
no,
voices
you just
on there.
needed to stop, and then I would have stopped. Do it again.
Two Tunes Podcast.